Phone on silent.
Yes.
It's like a 1 hour, 2
No, well, we're gonna be here for a good 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay,
We done.
that's good.
Good evening, everyone. If you just give us a moment to go live on the radio, we will be ready in just a moment. All right. Looks like my mic is unmuted. So welcome tonight to another episode of Prison Break with Shirley. I have a special guest in the house on tonight, none other than Miss Crystal S. Brown. She is a licensed. I don't know how to say it in social work. You have a go ahead and
I have a license and I have a master's in social work. So I'm a licensed master's social worker.
Awesome. So, thank you all for joining us on tonight. I am going to read the disclaimer before we get started. Y'all know that KRGN is not responsible for anything that I say, the host say, the guests say, or any of that. It is solely on us. So we want you to keep that in mind as you go about this interview on tonight. And so, just so happy to have you with us. And the reason for your joining us on tonight is because you are an author, brand new author who decided to use your clinical gifts
Yes.
to bless the world with. And so, give us a little bit about the title of the book and what it's about. What brought you to want to write this manual?
So I've been thinking for a while, even before I got my master's in social work, about just writing and publishing something that I can put out to the world and something that can help people grow from where they are in this very moment to where they want to be. So something that contributes to not just my own knowledge, but the growth and knowledge of other people. And so that's why I called it Grow and Tell, because I want you to do your own growth and then go and tell others.
Awesome. So how long have you been in this profession?
I just graduated in 2020. So
Okay.
coming out of the pandemic, I graduated, and then I had started working shortly after. So right now I am a social worker working with patients that have dialysis.
Okay.
So formerly known as a nephrology social worker.
Awesome. And I don't think before I met you that I'd heard of a nephrology social worker. I'm a registered nurse by education, but I've been out of the active scene for a little while. So you work with patients who are on dialysis, meaning they have to go in, and that is their life-saving measure because their own body can't purify their blood, can't clean their blood. So you're in there talking to them about different aspects of life, and I'm sure many of them may have given up on life.
Yeah. So I do a lot of work where I do the psychosocial piece, and I work with a lot of the clinical nurses and things like this such. And I do the psychosocial piece where I provide like emotional support. So there are individuals that choose not to want to continue the life-sustaining measure of having dialysis.
Okay.
And so just walking them through how that would look for them and their family. So just including maybe hospice service and just honoring their wishes.
Awesome. So did you take any of that into account when you were putting this manual together?
I didn't. When I originally thought about putting together some material for people to kind of do their own like emotional work, I was just thinking from an aspect of like how I've been walking through and still walking through doing my emotional work. And I just thought of people from all walks of life and from any specialty, whether it's dialysis or that's cancer, whatever, they're going through in life, and not even just something medical, but just even just that personal growth.
Okay, so in this manual, give us a little bit about what it kind of entails. Who is it for, first of all?
So it's for clinicians, it's for coaches, it's for anyone who wants to do the work emotionally. So anyone that wants to do that growing from within. Because a lot of times we want to do like put on the makeup and the earrings and, put on our clothes and our tie and those things like this. And we want to do the outside work, but this is for the individuals that also want to do inside work.
Awesome. So the book is entitled Grow and Tell, and what's the subtitle?
I'm still really trying to like dwell down the subtitle of the Grow and Tell. I really want it to be where it reaches people that think of, I want to do the work for myself, and then I want to be able to share it with other people. So it doesn't matter if you're what faith or what profession you're from, just as long as you're doing that work and you wanting to share it with other people. It has a lot of things in there, such as like self-esteem, addressing self-esteem. It has things in there such as, I'm trying to think. I know the self-esteem piece is in there. It gives you tips on how to think about and reflect on what you're doing now and what you want in the future.
Okay, awesome. So when I was going through this manual, some things hit me, of course. Just looking at some things that maybe I can do better, and just look at my own life and see how things, come together or have fallen apart or whatever the case may be, so that things can be better for the future. And so it is an inside job.
Yes, it is. And I really wanted it to be something that's inside, because a lot of times we always think about the outward, and it's easier because we can kind of like dress it up. In social work, we sometimes say we can, you can dress it up or you can throw a smile on it, and sometimes we just will suck it up, and the outside looks like we're all put together and we're falling apart on the inside. And just a guide to kind of help put us together in the best way possible, because there's no perfect, but as long as we're doing the work.
Yeah, so grow and tell. So for me, that signifies when you have learned and you have done your own work and you have gotten to the next level, it's time to go and to pull somebody else out to help to, to foster someone else along that journey. Now, everybody's journey looks different, of course, but helping them to give them those pieces is really instrumental, and it's really an awesome thing that you would think of something to put together for people to do their work.
Yes. I love like connecting with people. Social work is my jam. I'm so glad that I have landed in what it is my calling is to be. I know a lot of people are still looking for their purpose and that thing that drives them and that gives them just the being. Outside of being a mom and a wife, social work is my passion. And I love connecting with individuals. I like connecting with groups of people. I love to talk in a one-on-one, sometimes in a group. I love to just make sure like people are getting what they need and the best way that they can get it.
Awesome. So what would you say to the clinician who is wanting to have some type of material to help them along the way? Is this book something that they would be good for them to have?
It would. So when you look at it, there's pieces in there that help a clinician give homework in some aspects. So like in therapy, we have several modalities of like therapeutic approaches. So like some approaches, you use homework as a way to help a client outside of a therapeutic session. So you can use that book and say, hey, I would like for you to reflect on ways to increase your self-esteem, or ways to address having boundaries with another person, or ways to look at your body image and accept yourself, and just ways to like have provide like affirmations to someone, what affirmations look like, educating them on what an affirmation is, because sometimes when you haven't been in therapy, you don't know what these different things are, and this is a good way for a clinician to give a client something to kind of reflect on outside of the session.
Okay, awesome. And then for that person who's not quite ready for therapy yet, you can go pick up your own book and do that private work.
Right. So you can also look at this book and say, hey, I've done my own heavy lifting, or I haven't, I'm not ready to do it yet, but you know what? I want to take a deep dive personally. And you can just look at it. What is it that I want to gain from this? And you can take and look and read, and the reflection questions. There's reflection questions in almost every section. So you can look at those questions and just like read them, and you can do your own homework. You can write them to yourself. You can share them with a friend, whatever the case may be. But as long as it is something that you're working on, you can do it yourself.
Awesome. Yes, I know a lot of our culture.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's pride or if it's shame or whatever the case may be. We haven't come to that as a whole. We haven't come to that realization that sometimes we do need to talk to a counselor. We need to go see somebody and sit on their couch or their chair, whatever the case may be, and to air out some of those things so that we can get to that next level of progression. So thank you so much for writing this manual, and I pray this is not your last.
I feel like I have more in me, but I want to see where this goes and then where the Lord leads me, to be honest, because I never even thought like I would even be here. But when you have something that the Lord is working in you, you just, if you be obedient and you follow he will take you there.
Absolutely.
And so that's where I'm at. I'm like, if I have something more, I'm going to put it out there. And I'm definitely going to reach out to you.
Absolutely.
And say, hey, I got more.
Yes, ma'am. So this book is coming out in the next few weeks. We have a virtual book signing December 11th.
Yes.
And that's going to be had, of course, virtually. And so you all stay tuned to reach out and to get that information on what time. I think we already gave a time. I just don't remember at the top of my head. I want to say it's at 1 o'clock.
I want to say that's the same time I have.
Yes. So a virtual book signing is going to be on the 11th of December at 1 p.m. That link will go out. For those who are listening by way of radio, you can go onto the SL Elite Publishing Facebook page and you can find that information. You can also inbox me, give them some information where they can contact you at.
So I have a website. It's Chatting with Crystal. So CHATTIN with Crystal, and that's CRYSTAL.com. And so you can reach me on there. I will be able to get your email, and I can also email you what it is that you need. I can also set up sessions on that webpage. So if there's people that want to kind of like get a free consultation, because I do free consultations, because you just never know like what it is that someone's looking for.
Right.
I'm still right now in the process of being independent. So I have a master's in social work, but I'm also going for my independent license. So that'll be clinical, and I will be able to take and see people individually on a therapeutic basis.
Okay, wonderful.
So right now, I just can see patients or people as like in a coaching session.
Okay. Wonderful. So thank you so much for putting out the book and for getting it out there to the world, for the world to see, to be able to begin that inner work that is needed and go in whatever way that they need to go personally. Because again, like I said, this is everybody's life is a personal journey.
Yeah.
So just reaching out to people is really important in this day and this age, especially coming out of COVID. And we're still in COVID.
Yes.
But in this last 18 months I think actually it's been longer than that.
20, I want to say.
Somewhere in there. We're going on 2 years.
Yes.
Of COVID, and I know that there are so many people who are struggling mentally.
Yes.
In their homes, whether they've gotten laid off of a job or they've had, or they're working from home, and that was not the norm before.
Right.
Or you have children at home that you have to, they've had to make all of these different sacrifices, and that can be really stressful. Or the spouse who came home from deployment, and it's a different situation now. And so you have all of these different dynamics within the home where people are having a hard time coping.
Right.
And so this is a great book for anyone who needs that support. Anyone who is, just looking to do the work. Doesn't mean that everything has to be falling apart for you to pick up a book either.
Right.
And to read it. We would prefer that you get some instruction before.
Right.
So
the best way to always do something is to get ahead of it.
Yes.
And
preventive.
Yes. Preventative. Yes. Or be proactive, whatever way you want to look at it. It's just it's more like you said, we're in this pandemic and we're going on 2 years, and some of our coping skills have withered down, and we need just new tools in the box. Yes. And so this would be another asset to that toolbox to say, hey, these affirmations I've been reciting are not enough. I need something different. And so having this book could be a way to get something different.
Wonderful. So I look forward to hearing more from you. Maybe some, I'm not trying to push anything on you, but if you've seen me before in the community, you know that I love community engagement. And so doing different workshops or doing women's groups or whatever kind of group it is, to be able to get the message out there.
I would love that.
Those types of things. And so
I would love to be a part of a workshop, and like I said, to engage with people, like that's my jam. Like that's what I would like to do. Okay. So if I see you, I'm just gonna say, hey, like, you remember me? I'm sure you'll remember me.
Yes, indeed.
But yes, I would really love that.
All right. So one more time, go ahead and give them your website where you can be reached on, or email, however the case is.
So it's www.chattingwithcrystal.com. You can reach me there. You can also find me on social media. I have Facebook, which is Chatting with Crystal. Also have Instagram, which is Coaching with Crystal. So So coaching _with _Crystal _. So you can reach me at those 3 sites as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Miss Crystal. Thank you for being here at KRGN with us as a guest on Prison Break with
Thank
Shirley.
you.
We're so honored to have you on tonight, and I look forward to doing great things with you.
Thank you. I genuinely appreciate you having me. I mean, it's just been an honor.
Thank you.
Really has
Thank
been.
you. So y'all have been watching Prison Break with Shirley. This is your host, of course, Miss Shirley herself, and with author Crystal S. Brown, who is holds a master's in social work, and so we're just so excited to have her on. And so I'm not gonna hold y'all, on tonight. I do want to give one announcement, and then we're gonna get off the air this coming Saturday, the 20th of November, from 11 to 2 p.m. We do have Liberty Christian Center is holding. We're sponsoring a blood drive. We know it's really important to give blood. We've been doing that for the last 2 years, pretty consistently. This is our third one for the year that we've had at Liberty Christian Center. And Baylor Scott White brings their blood mobile out, and it's going to be there in the church grounds parking lot. And we're going to have that from 11 to 2 p.m. It's really important to give blood. All blood types are needed. Someone's life always needs to be saved.
Yes.
And we never know where that blood is going to come from. But all of the blood that is donated in this Central Texas area stays in the Central Texas area, because there are a lot of people in this area who are not eligible to give blood. Right. And so come on out, 11 to 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 20th at 4107 West Cliff Road, right here in the great city of Killeen, Texas. The medical people there, they do all the work. We don't ask you any personal questions. That's not our business. It's just to get you out there, and you go over that. Now, if you have any questions about your eligibility to give blood, you can always go to bswblood.com, and there's a little form on there that you can fill out. You can ask the questions there. You can also call them, and they'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have about your eligibility about giving blood. You can also go on there to schedule your appointment. That's right. Just like a doctor's appointment. You get your appointment time, you get in and you get out. You don't have to wait on nobody, so you don't have to come and sit and wait in line. Go ahead and schedule on bswblood.com. Make your appointment for this Saturday. Get in and get out. All right. Save up to 3 lives. So y'all heard it on tonight. Y'all be blessed and have amazing rest of your week. All right. And know that God loves you, and so do I. Bye.